Hey friends, this is Abby coming before you one more time. And yes, it is me. I just cut off all my hair and switched it up. I'm always doing something different with the hair. But I think I'm going to stick with the really short cut because I finally accepted that for whatever reason, once it gets past a certain length, my hair is just not doing it. So it is what it is, right? Um, I you would not believe I have had the worst migraine for the last couple of hours, congested out of nowhere. Don't know what's going on, but I was determined I'm going to still come through and offer a word of encouragement. And we're still talking about friendship. We're still talking about the love of friendship because we're still in the month of love. So today's verse comes from 1 John 4:11, and it says, "Dear friends, since God loved us that much, surely we ought to love each other." So here's my message and my thought for today. We've covered a lot of things as it dealt with friendship. And here's the scenario, and a lot of us has had that scenario. You have a very good friend, a friend, not an acquaintance, not an associate, truly a friend. And that person has a really good friend. But for whatever reason, while you share that friend in common, the two of y'all just don't get along. It's your friend's friend, and you just don't get along with that person. Here's always been, well, it's not always. Let me be honest. As I have grown and evolved, here's my approach. That at the end of the day, especially as believers, especially as followers of Christ, we are called to love. We're called to love one another. Now, here's where I put the Abby spin on it. In every scenario, we're not going to like the person, but at the end of the day, we're still called to love the person. And you might say, well, Abby, how do I love without liking? Is when you still embody the characteristics of Christ. You can be patient, you can be kind, you can be compassionate, you can be loving, you can be generous. If that person is ever in need, you can provide for that need. If that person is ever hurt, you would get them help. You can cover that person in prayer. That's love. And that's showing that person love. Even if there's not necessarily a like. So, okay, maybe you don't hang out with the person. Maybe y'all are not socializing together. That's fine. But you can still express love to that person. And that's what I mean, that I can love the person. Doesn't always mean I have to like the person, but I can love the person. And really, when you think of the verse, it says, for as much as God has loved us, we can surely love each other. And it means that, listen, if that's the least that I can give you in life is love, then that's still an amazing thing. As I shared, we may not break bread together. We may not always be in close proximity. But if at the end of the day, I can still show you love, I can still be an expression of love, the fragrance of God's love offering can still come out of me towards you, then I believe that God will be pleased at the end of the day. And we're still operating in godly love. All right, so that's my word for today, and that's my message. I'd love to hear your comments and your feedback about it, because I know we can talk about plenty of people that we don't like, and sometimes it's easier to do that. But let's talk about how we can still be a vessel of love towards that individual. Stay encouraged, my friends, and I'll talk to you soon.